Yo, 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 yo. Happy Sunday to everybody. Happy NFL Sunday. Hope everybody's weekend been going good. Man, y'all know why I'm here, man. Right now, watching the NFL London game between Baltimore and Tennessee right now. Fourth quarter, 5.5 left. Baltimore up 21-13, trying to close it out. But I'm here for week 6, man. Week 6 picks. Give y'all who I believe will be victorious. I am right now 1-0, possibly 2-0 if Baltimore can take care of business right now. But we'll see. Obviously, you can hear it in the background watching it right now. But I'm going to give my week 6 picks, man, right now. First of all, I want to give a big shout out to the Ohio State Buckeyes from yesterday's win. 18. Congratulations on 2,000 yards, man. Big time. Big time, big time, big time. And, all right, well, let's get going, man. Let's get going. Like I said, 1-0 so far. I picked the Chiefs against the Broncos on Thursday. I think all of us, decided to go with that route. Right now in the fourth quarter, we got 5.5 left between Baltimore and Tennessee, as I mentioned before already. And Baltimore got the ball right now, driving. Possibly put more points on the board, but we'll see. All right, well, we got some 10 o'clock games coming up soon, 1 o'clock Eastern. If you're on the East Coast, whatever the case may be. Start with Washington at Atlanta. I read a stat about Desmond Ridder. So far in his starts for the Falcons, he is undefeated at home and winless on the road. Well, good luck for Falcon fans. He is at home today. And I'm going to go with that trend. Washington just hasn't looked like they're ready to take that step just yet. I think it's going to take a little bit for Eric Bieniemy and his offensive, genius to get into that offense, whatever. It's going to take a little bit longer than 5 weeks, whatever the case may be. So I'm going to go with Atlanta, to win that game. Zay Flowers just caught a pass. That boy's shifty. But I'm going to go with Atlanta to win that game. The second game is Minnesota going into Chicago. Big time game for both teams. Obviously, both teams are at 1-4. At this point, no team wants to go to 1-5. Division game, obviously, between the Vikings and the Bears. And I've been going with the Vikings a lot, man, this year. And hasn't quite worked out for me. And Justin Fields, he's been on fire lately. Last 2 games with him and DJ Moore, he's been putting up big time numbers, obviously. And I know they just got their first win last week versus Washington, man. But I'm gonna stay with them. And I know the Vikings got an opportunity to win a big game and not go to 2-5 after their aspirations before the season, man. But I'm gonna go with Chicago and see if they can keep it going and take a chance on that. So Justin Fields, ball up, boy. The next game, we got the 3-1 Seattle going into the 2-3 Cincinnati Bengals in Cincinnati. Cincinnati look like they're turning the curve finally. I think, like I said last week, Joe Burrow is always up on Joe Burrow's health. It looks like he's getting better. That calf is getting better. He's moving a little bit better in the pocket, getting out of the pocket a little bit. And 7-11 was spectacular last week. 7-11, a.k.a. Jamar Chase, was incredible last week. Set a franchise record with receptions in the game. He was big time last week. Man, this is a tough one. Man, because Seattle, Pete Carroll's teams are just so well coached, man. They don't beat themselves. They're big time. And it's hard. It's a hard choice for me, man. This is definitely a hard choice for me on who I believe is going to win this game. I think I'm going to just go with the gut. I'm going to go with the gut and just I'm going to go with Cincinnati on this. Seattle's definitely, go from one coast all the way to the other coast. That's always tricky. Even though I think Seattle is well equipped because they're just so well coached, and it's gonna be a good game for them. But I got Cincinnati coming out of that game, man. But we'll see. It's gonna be a great game. The next game, we got the 5-0, who I believe best team in the NFL is right now, the San Francisco 49ers, headed into my hometown team, the Cleveland Browns. There's not much to talk about in this one. We are not going in the right direction. We got our starting quarterback, our franchise quarterback as it stands, out right now. Deshaun Watson is shoulder. We got Nick Chubbs is pretty much out for the season. our defense is spectacular. Our defense can keep us in any game, but our defense can't always equip for them scoring, 14 points a game. We need our defense to score points at a high clip. But this Sunday, versus the number one team in the NFL, in my opinion, I know we got Philly up there as well. We got the Chiefs that's always there too. But I believe the Niners is the best team in football right now on all sides of the ball, offense, defense, and special teams. Kyle Shanahan got that engine running. And, my second best player in the world is on that team, CMC, Christian McCaffrey. Number one is Derrick Henry, King Henry. Shout out to you at an unbelievable run today. Touchdown as well in London, finishing this game off right now. But I got the Niners going to 6-0. The next game, we got the 3-2 Saints headed to the 2-3 Texans in Houston. You know what, Saints? I disrespected y'all last week picking the Belichick Patriots over y'all. I was very disrespectful, man. Y'all went in there and handled business. And I believe y'all going to do the same thing today in Houston, man. That defense was spectacular. Honey Badger was up to his old ways last week, pick six, to the house, and that defense was spectacular. Offense was solid as well. So I'm going to go with the Saints in that game over the Texans. We got the 3-2 Colts headed into Jacksonville. This is a big-time game. And you got both teams sitting at 3-2. You got the Jags, who was in London for 2 weeks, picked up 2 wins while they was out there and looked great. You got Indianapolis, starting to get Jonathan Taylor back into the flow a little bit more. But the big part, obviously, is no Anthony Richardson, dealing with the shoulder. Saw him in a sling. Shout out to him. I saw him make that appearance at someone's house. Surprise appearance, a fan of his, big fan of his. So that was super dope to see. Wish he was on the field though. Super dope, man. He's big time talent. Best of luck, whatever decision you decide to make. I hear speculations of surgery or not surgery or just rehabbing or whatever the case may be. But looking forward to seeing you back on the field. But I'm going with the Jags. I'm going with the Jags to improve to 4-2 for the season after this game. Sorry, guys, we got a 36 field goal attempt by the great Justin Tuck. Bang, bang. Puts them up 24-13 with 4 minutes and 16 seconds to go. Justin Tuck he's ridiculous. Up there with Adam Vinatieri, the Polish Hammer, all those guys. It was just amazing. If you don't know who the Polish Hammer is, that's Sebastian Janikowski, Florida State alum. Back to the games. We have the 1-4. We have the 0-5 Panthers heading into the 4-1 Dolphins. I'm gonna just keep it simple here. I'm picking the Dolphins. Then we got the 1-4 Patriots headed into the 2-3 Raiders. For me, I never like to choose against Belichick and his teams. I always feel like they're well coached, whatever the case may be, man. But the way they've been outscored over the last 2 games has been crazy. I don't know the exact number, but I believe it's like up in the 60s to like 3 or 7 or whatever the case may be. Don't quote me. I have not looked up any stats. I'm just going off the top of the head and just my POV of watching the games. It has not been very pretty for Patriots fans so far. And, I don't think the Raiders have looked great as well, but I also feel like the Raiders just have a little bit more complimentary players, and some guys that can actually make some plays, some big time plays, I would say. And I'm gonna go with the Raiders in that game. This right here, big time game. This might be. I'm looking at the games for today. This might be the game of the day. We got the 4-1 Lions going into the 3-1 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Lions look spectacular. They look like the best team in that division, obviously, so far. And Tampa has been very surprising. Baker Mayfield's been playing great ball. My man Mike Evans he do what he do, man. 9 straight seasons of 1,000 yards. Like I said before, pay that man, and if you don't, somebody else will pay that man. He's getting paid no matter what. 13, keep doing your shit, boy. You cold. This is tough because, I love the Buccaneers defense, man. Devin White is one of my favorite players on the defensive side. They got just so much, Levante David is in the lineup. He's super dope, man. Shaquille Barrett, so on. Those boys flying around, man. Antoine Winfield Jr., his pop's from Akron, so I got to shout him out. Family ties. It's a big. This is a tough choice, man. But I'm gonna keep riding with the Lions, man. Mike Evans, my guy. I know, man, that's my guy. But I got to go with the Lions on this, man. They've just been playing some really, really good football, man. Aiden Hutchinson, man, is a beast. I believe I saw a stat last week that he's like number one in quarterback rushes so far, QB rushes for the season. And their defense is just lights out right now. They're playing really good football, and Jared Goff is playing exceptional football too. So I'm going with the Lions to improve in 5-1. Then we got the 1-4 Cardinals headed to the 2-3 Rams. Keep it simple here. I'm going with the Rams. Sean McVay, I believe, will get this win today. They got a super duper good offense, man. Even though there's a lot of players that you don't, really know much, but obviously Puka Doncic is making a name for himself. Big time player. He's elite out there. Cooper Kupp is back. They're solid, man. They're solid, man. And obviously, anytime you got that QB1 back there for the Rams, they're gonna give him a chance. He's just exceptional passer. In their defense, obviously Aaron Donald gonna wreak havoc on any offense in the world. So I'm going with the Rams in that game. Then we got the 5-0 Eagles, who a lot of people believe is the best team in football. I've said the Niners is. Sorry, guys, watching a little bit of last of this game. Malik Willis in the game. I hope the QB1 for Tennessee is okay. Malik Willis in the game, trying to give him a little spark, getting it done with his feet right now. But you got the 5-0 Eagles going into New York to face the 2-3 Jets. And, obviously I love watching the Jets, man. I think their defense is super elite, man. One of the best defenses in the NFL, man. And they got some spectacular big-time players on the offensive side, obviously. But I think the Eagles are just too much. I know they got dealing with a few injuries. I think Jalen Carter is out today. I believe Darius Slay is out as well. Two of their big-time players, but they got so many players defensively that can fill in. I believe they're going to just make it very tough on Zach Wilson and that Jets offense and get another win and go to 6-0. To round out the Sunday night game, we got the 1-4 Giants headed to the 3-2 Bills, a battle of New York. But I think ultimately, I think that until Saquon gets back, they said he's questionable. I'm not quite sure if he plays. He definitely changed the dynamic of that team. But Buffalo right now, they're looking really good. I know they had that game last week in London. That was a tough game, flying over to London and playing. They lost to the Jags last week, but I got Buffalo coming out victorious in that game. And then in the week, Monday night, tomorrow night, we got the 3-2 Cowboys headed to the 2-2 Chargers. Cowboys had a tough week last week. Ran into who I believe is the best team in football. Like I said, the Niners, man, they just, what we would call, got mollywopped. Yes, they did. And the Chargers, they're playing good ball. The Chargers are playing too. I think this is where we believe they would be. Even though they got a lot of talent, they've always kind of played 500 football. I think Dallas is angry. I think Dallas is mad. I think that Dallas is pissed off about last week. And this right here is a game that can make or break their season early on because you're coming off a game like last week where you got smashed on all sides of the football, offense, defense, special teams. And I think they come back with vengeance. I think Dallas comes out in LA and, very victorious. I won't say a blowout, but I think they become victorious. But the one thing they better do, they better take care of Khalil Mack, who's been a monster this year. I'm sorry. I think one game either last week or the week before had 6 sacks. But Khalil Mack is an animal. So they better make sure they take care of him and keep him off Dak Prescott. But yeah, man, that is my week 6 picks. We had 2 teams on buys. We had the Packers and the Steelers on buys. But that is my week 6 picks, man. So we'll see how it go. I hope y'all doing good out there, man. I hope you have a great Sunday. Enjoy your Sunday with your family, friends, loved ones, and all that stuff. Watch some NFL football, kick back and relax. All right, King James signing off. 1.